Hello and welcome. It is your host with the dose. I've got to give a nice preface here for this one. I have been going through so much these past few months, and over these past 5 years. Wow, the return to my teen years that I was forced into, and various things of a nature beyond my control. But those days are done. There's only a little lingering, and I think I have finally landed on my feet instead of floating around as best I could. So, this was initially intended to be the first of the volumes that I've been talking about on the Facebook page, but I don't think I'm really gonna label it, because I don't really care for labels, because what a lot of us think and how a lot of us think, labels create a lot of trouble, and I don't think like that personally, so there will be more for that, but for now, let's get into the episode. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. End quote. When did he create those other galaxies we keep discovering? What did the entity do prior to the heavens and earth being created? Why do we assume that we humans are so important as to be the center of the universe, as this species once did? Now don't worry, I'm not here to contradict anything you believe or challenge your perceptions as much as I simply seek to make you think, period. That's your journey. This is mine. We're all journeying throughout this life. See, the human ego is so tremendous, so massive. Tame it. Tame it and utilize it as confidence. Confidence is just ego tamed after all. Now, as I write this volume, I sit here a bit sad, but largely just laughing, as that's really what I do, and truly it is the best medicine. The human male and the human female are indeed very different, but we are also very, very similar, tremendously similar. Now, my second marriage only happened because my first one ended upon the death of my amazing wife at age 31. Before she even got sick, before we even met for that matter, both she and I were huge proponents of personal growth, setting goals, achieving them, just overall becoming better than who we were the day before. Not competing with you or anyone else, just ourselves, so that we could actually look ourselves in the eye in the mirror instead of just putting on a face. And this isn't going to be the episode where I tell you about the genuine Morticia-Gomez relationship, nor will I dog anyone, as normal people and I just tend to be different, just a little bit. And what I mean there is normal really means a lot of things, and it's not to say everyone else is the same. None of you are identical to another 100% at all. And all of us are the same core humans being. Even me. And I'm not accustomed to being an adult and making excuses at all, let alone for practically everything. I'm not accustomed to... I'm not a politician. I'll say it like that. I'm not a politician. So it's obvious that the career that never got me, nor the second try at love circumstance who still doesn't, because cognitive dissonance does exist, and those so typical symptoms of that disorder make it so that she probably never will. Now, I despise talking about myself, as I prefer to just do it, whatever it happens to be, like this podcast. In my prior service career, I was more often than not very well received by the public, just not really in-house. Just like my second wife brought depression back into my home and to me as I was trying to help her heal, I kind of overestimated the positive influences and things like that. And basically how I heal myself, how I help my first wife believe in herself more very early on, and the way we went. And I'm no prophet or anything special. I'm more Sam Harris with over 20 years of study and experience. The second try there, it thrust me back to my teen years with the circumstance like what my mother had. Just an overwhelming the woman sense of self-doubt. And it doesn't work for the person. And when that leads to things like just insisting it's someone else, me in many of those examples, anyone but the self, yeah, I mean, we're not even dealing in reality at that point. So finally owning this stoic, philosophical, empathetic, just guy, I am honored, humbled, and a little proud as well to step fully back into my life now that the depression is gone again, even though I'm still clinically diagnosed with it. They don't clinically diagnose stoicism. They don't clinically diagnose philosopher. They don't clinically diagnose positivity levels. I am also diagnosed with unspecified but extreme insomnia. We'll get to that. I think what really set me off so much in the days, I know what really set me off so much in the days of the collapse of my second marriage and also my career, is none of that is my inner self, which I had been throughout it all and proved during my first marriage and, well, now. I was told by a very dear friend, one I consider my sister as she truly is, and not by blood, nor my adopted, yet somehow blood sister. There's a hint. We are the ones that normally bury that within. But we don't. This is our tribe. And before I veer off too much, I'll leave it at this. To my locals, what hurt me is you didn't believe me, as my Morticia made it so easy for me to be the empath and growing together and so on. That's compatibility. That is simply life complete. Being everything you are on the inside, on the outside, and growing together, moving forward in kindness, ambition, love, etc. Incompatibility, on the other hand, leads to so much chaos and pain for all involved, and for that I am grateful to have lost basically everyone that I've lost during those few months, with 1.5 exceptions. The one big one, obviously, you are my sister, you know who you are, and I'm going to tell you without naming you, so that anybody in the world can know. I love you, my sister. You are my sister. I am your brother. our tribe. I'm a pretty good mom, actually, believe it or not, there, sis. Ask, well, you know who you'd have to ask there. But, yeah, the half is for someone else that I thought was pretty cool, and I love that she jumped to my sister there's defense. However, much like my stepson jumping to his mother's defense, you didn't need to, because my direct, straightforward bluntness is because I don't keep anything within. And then, well, sometimes men and women say things don't really translate through whatever ether is between us, and I have privately apologized. I have talked to numerous different people and told them all the same exact thing, because I am the same exact me. But yeah, to that one, I mean, you blocked my daughter. You got some healing to do yourself there. Love you too, but man, come on now. See, where I start from is just the base human level and then go forward from there. And I've told several locals tons of times, overposted on Facebook and on. But as I know and have finally have the genuine confidence, that's that tamed ego, and nothing left to lose or fear losing, that I can just own this stoic philosopher stuff as I finally own being the only known living being with non-54, which is my term for non-24 extreme insomnia, and how that knocked me out of my law enforcement career. I'll leave you for now with this. I've been of this mindset for well over 20 years now, and I am in complete control of my faculties when all around me are being 100% authentic and honest, because that's how I operate. When I say something, I mean it. Now, we can definitely have moments, and I did, and I was wrong. I was wrong. Those are important words that many in our species have forgotten. But the struggles of these past few months have been me basically trying to shield my second family and my employer, where I've been on unpaid status since Thanksgiving, which is still my favorite holiday. The bizarro nature was when I had to come home to a very poor lifestyle on top of what had always been a poor connection and fit at work. I've not changed much, and the real changes that are happening are me getting closer to our planet and our universe, which I am pretty well in tune with. Think about how I ended up at your house yesterday, cousin. This stuff's real, and I'm going to share it with the world. I'm grateful and I'm humbled and honored to have such a tremendous opportunity as someone being any of you out there, all of you, listening to these shows. It will get better. As I land on my feet, as I gain my pension from my former job, don't have to worry anymore about, okay, what am my credit down 100 points. It was once 8 away from perfect. 842. But anyway, one of these days you're going to meet my teen daughter, whether she's still a teen then or not. And that's when people will realize this isn't an echo chamber. We're not sitting here talking about how great we are and refusing to go out. You, the world, are my chamber. This is life. This is a person who is not giving up on themselves, their family, their people, and who knows how to be genuinely at peace, genuinely happy, as I've called it, happy, healthy, and whole. Quite honestly, my daughter and I both realistically think we suck. But many around us tend to prop us up quite a bit, and I